Hey, welcome back, everyone. Today we got the Yikong Rockslide on the bench again. Winter time, so just kind of I've been messing around with this in the snow, honestly. It's been kind of fun to do like just kind of basher-ish stuff in the snow a little. Might try to swap the tires for something else that's a little more snow-oriented. But it has been kind of fun in the snow, surprisingly. Probably because I put that 2300 kV Fusion 8 in there, so it's got the more wheel speed. During Black Friday, Redcat was having a sale, and I was like, you know what? Why don't I get a little bit of bling for this? Well, it's not much bling, I guess, but on the Vertex they have metal. Open this up. They have metal cross braces here, so I grabbed those. The metal standoffs that go in here, and the metal shock caps. So I figured I might as well just grab them when they're on sale because I kind of wanted them just because I haven't had any leaks on these. And I've been running this. It was probably one of the trucks I used the most in the fall, right before winter came. So it's definitely a fun truck. And if I used it that much and there's no leaks, that's pretty good. So I honestly only bought these just because I could. And they're on sale. So figured I'd go over swapping this stuff out with you. Not a big deal. It's probably going to be a short video. The cross brace is going to be pretty self-explanatory-ish, I think. The only thing I'm not sure about is the shock caps, because these are metal caps, and I'm guessing the ball must snap into it, but I'd be surprised if it does. I don't know. I have to see. So let me get the shocks out in the front. We'll just do the front right now, and I'll be back. Okay, we got the cap on. The issue with this is you are supposed to put this ball in there. It is aluminum with, I'm guessing, an aluminum ball. And I was trying my shock pliers and everything, and that wasn't happening. It wasn't. So I ended up taking the cap, the ball, out to my garage. I put it in the vise with this against one of the jaws. Oh, here we go. With one of the jaws here, and then this on the other jaw, and pushed in this way, pretty much, and it popped it in. And the thing is, you'll get it most of the way, and it'll look like it's centered and in there, but it's kind of stiff, like it didn't want to move. So I think it's because of I'm pushing through aluminum. I probably scarred it up. I should have lubed it, but I went in dry, and people know that that's not the best idea, and I didn't really think about it. So after I just kind of went like this, and then it started moving. So I'm sure there was like a little aluminum debris or whatever. I should have, the next two I'll lube up. That usually makes them a little happy. And that went in. Now it's pretty free. For some reason, it comes with these plastic standoffs, kind of like these Rockslide. I mean, they're the exact same thing as the Rockslide. I don't know why. Because that's the standoff now. Yeah, I don't really get it. So also remember, my shocks are upside down compared to what it is stock. So stock, it's like this. I have mine upside down because of all this weight. And if you watched my video on some of the first upgrades I did, there's a lot of, good amount of weight here to flip down towards the axle to do LCG-ish type stuff, And if you're doing that, you have to swap these ball ends. And this one it's a little wider that goes up here than this one that's down here. So you have to put the skinnier one wherever. So if you're normal, you're fine. But if you flip them, you do have to swap the ball end. So yeah, and then when you do that, remember to swap over the bleeder bolt. I almost forgot, and I was, I swapped over the cap. I tightened it up, and I'm like moving it around, moving stuff, and I'm like, oh yeah. And luckily, it didn't start leaking because I had it up most of the time, and I swapped the bolt over. I don't know if stock on the Vertex comes with an O-ring or anything, but I don't have an O-ring that small. And when I tightened it up, it seemed pretty tight, and I've been kind of playing with it, and I haven't seen any leaks. And this is upside down all the time, so we'll find out as it sits, I guess. And let me just check I have the Vertex manual up just because I was curious on how, just making sure. Yeah, I don't see, it's a 2mm by 4mm bolt, it looks like. And I don't see an O-ring on there set up, so it must just be the aluminum to, steel making the seal. Also, I didn't top off the fluid on it because there was very little fluid stuck to the cap. I mean, there's a little bit. I don't know if you can even see it. There's a little bit that's kind of pooled there. I don't know if it's going to affect anything. I plan on swapping out this oil anyways to all of this because I kind of had a mixture of oil. If you watched my video, I didn't have enough to kind of fill them all. It's like, I think 60 weight and 80 weight, but I had to mix some of the stock stuff in there too. So I plan on in the spring probably swapping all the oil to fresh stuff and going from there. So I didn't even bother. Right now, just kind of playing around in the snow and everything. So I don't really care too much about the actual rebound. But let me throw the front together. This all goes in, no problem. You literally just put this in place where you want your shock, thread in, there we go, with the other one. You put this where you want it. The hex part right here goes towards it to bolt in, because you need to have the shank for the shock here sticking out. So just remember that goes like this. So, and it's going to be front and rear the same. So let me get all these together, and I'll be back. Oh yeah, I forgot to show you, just in case you haven't watched my other video on upgrades, to get the caps off there. We're on there really strong. You could probably use like the hex around here, but that's so small I don't want to mar it up too much. I just put a paper towel around, some pliers, and grab like a big hex wrench and twist it off. When I took these off the first time factory, you could literally hear the snap from it loosening up. Can you see me? The problem is the Yikong cover is in front of my screen that I'm to try to make sure I'm in camera here, so I can't see. Hopefully that was all in picture. But yeah, it's just so I don't mark up this. I marked it up a little bit before because I did try it without it, and then I realized, oh, I should probably put a paper towel on it. But then you just unscrew that. Make sure your O-ring stays down here. It should. I kind of just let it drip as much as I could. You know, not that you, like I said, I'm not going to worry about it because I'm going to be putting new stuff in. And then I just, like I said, make sure that's down, and then just kind of thread it on. You can start it. There we go. Make sure that O-ring is flat. There we go. And then I just kind of popped it onto here just to hold it so it didn't fall over and lose that. And the cap with the bolt in it still. Here we go. It's a 1.5 millimeter hex. And tighten it right up. And I just kind of really snugged it down as much as I could without feeling like I was going to break it or strip it out. Yeah, kind of, when I start to feel a good amount of resistance, I stopped, because I'm sure that's pretty thick oil, first of all. It's not going to be going through the threads, and I think we're good. I mean, it is what it is. If it leaks, I'll probably throw a little bit of, what's it called? It's like a thread locker for sealing. I can't remember what it's called. It's kind of like Teflon tape, but it's a liquid one. I'll maybe throw a dab on there if I end up seeing leakage later. So let me finish this up and we'll be back. All right, and here we are. They look good. I mean, maybe add a little bit of stiffening here, but it's honestly not. This is more just because I wanted to. Is it going to add any performance? No, not at all. Is it going to add anything? Nope. I just kind of think it looks cool. It's not. It's just a little bit extra bling on the shock. That's really all I did it for, and just it was pretty cheap. I think it was like $60. I think for everything shipped. I don't remember honestly, and it came right out of Arizona, where they're from. So it's not like it was coming from overseas. I bought it right from the Redcat website. I have the part numbers right here. This is the caps RER41339. Right there. I'll put links below to all this stuff too. This is I think the standoffs. I'm pretty sure because it's a smaller bag. RER41401. And this is the cross braces here. RER41404. Right there. So, and that was all the parts. I think it was like 10%, 15% off it during Black Friday. They might even still be doing it right now. I'm not sure. I think altogether, it was probably about half an hour or so. For me, it was a little bit longer because I was recording and then, moving stuff around or whatever. But like, I'd say if I was just straight doing this, I took all 4 shocks off, went to the vise, popped those in, and then threw them back on. You're looking at probably maybe half an hour because you're just taking the wheels off, taking the bolts off, this off, and you're good to go. The bolt for the shock on the axle side is a 2.5 millimeter hex. The bolt going this way, stock on the Rockslide, that's a 3 millimeter when you're going this way. And then the standoff that was on there was an 8 millimeter. So to me, it was easier putting this on here, and then I was using a socket. It's out in the garage now. And then I was using a socket on the side to screw it off because this is too much of an angle. You actually end up stripping the bolt almost if you go this way. And then to put this on, this is an 8mm and this is an 8mm here. And then this is a 7mm. I think that was it. 8mm for the, well, for me, because I have the SCX6 style wheels, 8mm for the nut. It's really all you need for this. It's a very easy bolt-on thing. I didn't have to modify anything. The only thing that does kind of suck is putting those ball ends into the shock cap and the metal shock cap. But also I lubed these two when I put them in, way easier. I didn't even have to put anything in there to move it around. Like these ones, I had to put a screwdriver in there and move it around. I think it was, I put a hex in and that's what it was. And I moved it around to free it up. These ones popped in a little easier. You can kind of feel that pop into that center. And then I was able to just move it by hand. So definitely lube it up. That's what they all say. And goes right in. I still don't understand why they give you those plastic standoffs. It doesn't really mention it anywhere. I mean, it says that it comes with them, and you look at the parts diagram in the manual for the Vertex. It does say shock cap with bushings, but I don't know. I don't know what the bushings are. Maybe there's going to be a version without the standoffs. Like maybe if you didn't have this or broke it or something, or I honestly don't know. But I just have 4 extra of those, and I'll use them somewhere, I guess. Maybe, I don't know. I almost thought about buying these just for this brace and this brace, just because I could. But it was sturdy as it was, so I probably won't, because I think those alone were like $13 or something. I don't remember, but I'll put a link to those parts down below. And I think that's pretty much it. In the winter, I've just been kind of cruising this around in the snow, like not in the deep snow, just kind of like in my yard, in the driveway while the kids are playing, because, they're playing with some other RCs, or they're playing in the snow on the play sets and everything in the snowbanks. It's been kind of fun. These just aren't really doing good in the snow, which I'm sure no one is surprised about. It gets like no traction, but I'm not really trying. So, but yeah, that's it. If anything, maybe it's a little more robust. The shock cap's not going to break as easy. It's literally I just did it because I could, and it was on sale. Why not? If you have any questions, comments, suggestions about anything, throw them down below. Happy to hear it. But I think that's going to do it for this one. Have a good day.